Hello beautiful people, it's your girl Gine and it's Gine's signature. So today I'll be making this beautiful flare gown with a net on the sleeves and some patches of fabrics in the front. So this is very beautiful, it's easy to make and it's very beautiful. And I used only 2 yards of fabric to achieve this. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. And as you're watching, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to give this video, share it to your family and friends. And thank you all. And God bless you. So without wasting further time, let's get right over to the cotton table. Thank you. So I have my fabric folded. I don't know, I said it that my camera, I pressed something and then the settings became something else. I don't know. It was after I had finished recording this that I saw that it didn't give me it didn't show it how it was supposed to be. So please just manage this tutorial as it is. Before the next tutorial I would have adjusted that. I think I messed up with the settings. So yes, I have my fabric folded like so. So I cut out one yard separately because I have 2 yards like I told you. So I'll be using 1 yard for the front and then 1 yard for the back. So this is going to be placed in a bias format or diagonally, just the way we fold. And once you get a edge that is looking like, is it like a triangle or a right? I'm not that good in mathematics. But anyway, just fold it in a diagonal form, not the normal way we fold our dresses. So when you fold it like this and then you get something like this, then you know you're on the right course. So now I'll be getting my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus half an inch. So that is what I'm trying to ascertain right there at that pointed part. So just check out where your shoulder is by placing the tape there. That is your shoulder divided into 2. And so I'll just be rolling this out on a straight line. So that is going to be automatically our shoulder line. And so that is our shoulder line, as you can see. So that's what I was just trying to confirm right there. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is just to divide the round hole measurement by 2. And then whatever that is, I'll be marking that. So for my client's round hole armhole divided by 2, what I had was 8 inches. So I came down by 8 inches. And then I'll be rolling that out like so. Just connect it from the shoulder and then like so. So automatically that places our chest line where we'll be imputing our bust measurement. So for our bust measurement, we're going to be dividing that by 4. But before we go over to that, let me just shoulder slope. Just come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And then for the neck width, I made use of 3.5 inches. And then I'll slope the shoulder like so. And then for the neck depth for the front, I'll be making use of 3 inches. And so this will be a round neckline, so I'll just be connecting that as well. And so now I'm just going to be going over to the bust area so that I'll just divide my bust measurement by 4 and then add half an inch as is, and then 1 inches, oh sorry, what an English, 1 inch as sewing allowance. I wanted to add 1.5 inches, but I decided to go for 1 inch. 1 inch is more than enough. So that is what I just marked there. And so I'm just going to be coming here to get the midpoint of my armhole. Just put it like so. You get the midpoint and then you come in by half an inch and then you connect that to get your armhole. So I'll be making use of my hand because if I place my pattern master, I'm not going to be getting it very well because the fabric is funny. It's a Mikado fabric here. So that is it. And so the next thing I'm going to be doing, of course, we're basically through with the upper part. So the next thing we're going to be getting now is the length. And for the length, we're just going to be placing our tape on the shoulder area. So what I was doing there is just to add half an inch for joining allowance on my shoulders. So that is what I added right there. So now I was just trying to shift this up a little bit so that my camera can capture as much as possible. Well, like I said, I tampered with the settings of this phone. That is why it was looking like this. So now I'll just be placing my tape. You see where I placed my tape, and then I was just trying to show you the length of the gown, because the length of the gown is going to be 40 inches. Then I added 1 inch as hemming allowance, and that gave us 41 inches. So placing the tape on the shoulders, I'll be rotating that tape and then marking 41 inches all the way until I get to the other side of the fabric. So that is what I'm doing. I'm sorry the camera couldn't capture that. I already have a tutorial on how I made this, something like this. Yes, I have it on the tutorial. So if you feel like this one was not showing well, please just go and check it out. How to cut a flag gown, yeah, or a circle dress. I have it already, but it's just a little bit different because that one did not have sleeve. And so I'm almost at the end of the fabric. So basically I'm through with getting that. So I'll just, when you're cutting a circle dress or a flag dress like this, there's always a space that will be left uncovered, like the length couldn't get to that place, and you need to cut a fabric to join at that point. So that is what I'll be doing later, because of course the length, because of the way it was folded in a diagonal format or in a bias format, so it's bound to happen. So I'm just going to be taking the remaining of the pieces to make it up for the length. So I'll just bring it up and then show you like this. So you just place it right sides facing each other, and then you run half an inch to join it to the fabric. And by the time you are finished doing all this, you're going to be giving this a very good press so that that line, even though it's showing, will not be that visible, but it will be visible because this is a plain material. If it were to be like a flowery pattern, it will not be that visible. So now I'll just come here to cut out this, but I remember that I've not slanted that from the bust area, so I'll just take my chalk and then slant that to the side seam like so. So I just slanted it down to the length of the gown. And so from here now we're cutting from the shoulders, and then I'll cut the shoulder slope, and of course I'm going to be cutting the armhole. And then I'll cut the sides as well. And then of course I'll be coming over to cutting off the neckline. So if you've watched up to this level, please I beg of you, kindly subscribe and kindly like. So this is what we have now. So when you open it up, this is how it's going to be looking. Yeah, it's looking beautiful. So this is where I told you that the length couldn't make up for. So I'll be cutting another fabric, join that so that it will make up for the length of the gown. I'm just reiterating to let you know what will be done here. So I'll be doing that off camera. By the time I do it, I'll come back to show you. So this is what we have. So now I'll be going over to cutting off the back. So for the back, I'll be folding exactly the way I folded, and then I'll just be adjusting the neckline for the back, which I came down by 1 inch, and then the sides I just added just the normal for the side, and then for the zipper I just used half an inch for the zipper, and then I slitted into two, and so that's what we have. So exactly what happened in the front happened at the back, so I'll be joining that as well at the lower part. So that is me doing everything. I've joined the shoulders. You can see where I joined. It's visible because it's a plain material, but there's no love lost. It still came out fine. So now, in order for me to place that pattern that was in the front, you can see I've gone ahead to use facing to turn the neckline of my front and my back pieces. And then I got some pieces of doll-face materials that I had leftovers, and I cut them in squares like so, joined them in pieces, and then I will be fixing it. So what I did was that I made sure I ironed the middle part of the gown so that it will be visible, so that when I'm placing this on it, everything will align properly, and then I'll be running it on it. So as you can see, I had gone ahead to do that already, and this is how it looks. I've joined the front and the back on the shoulder areas. The weather the day I was making this video was very dark. Everywhere was dark, and there was no form of light because I couldn't run the journey because it was raining cats and dogs, but I just had to make this tutorial. So that is why the quality is somehow, so please kindly manage that. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is just placing this into two, and then I'll be folding right sides facing each other. I'll be running 1 inch on both sides because that was the sewing allowance that I added. And then I'll be fixing my zipper, and then of course I'll be showing you how to cut out my sleeves because it's not really a puff sleeve, it's just like a normal sleeve, but it was not looking like a normal sleeve. I don't know what I'm saying, safe, don't mind me. So I will just be back to show you. So as at this point, I had gone ahead to join the sides, so you can see that our gown is like 90% ready, or should I say 93% ready, because basically what was left here is just the sleeves and then folding the hem. So as you can see, I was just trying to open it up so that you'd see how it looks. Oh, this camera, they really didn't portray how this thing looked, but thank God that the video that I made before the beginning of this video later showed the beauty that this cloth carries. So yes, I fixed the zipper here as well. You can see I was showing you the back. Yeah, so the next thing I'm just going to be doing now is just to cut out the sleeves and then fix it. So for the sleeves, I'll just be getting my net. I made use of a burnt orange colored net because the fabric is a burnt orange color. And so this is how it is. So for the length of the sleeve, I got 17 inches, and then for the width there, I have 12.5 inches. So now this color of net was quite scarce in our area, so I just got this quantity, and that is what I will be making use of, because ordinarily my client would have wanted a long sleeve, but this is what I could achieve. But it came out nice and she loved it anyways. So neck width is 12.5. So now I'll just go ahead, come down here for my armhole depth like so. I came down by 4 inches, and then I'll be carving that my armhole like so. So here now I made use of more than my client's armhole. Remember I told you my client's armhole was 16 inches, but what I have here is more than that, and it was intentional because I wanted to make some gathers at the middle part of the sleeve so that it would give it something like a waff, not really waff, but something other than being a waff. And then for the round sleeve as well, I made use of more than what was supposed to do to be. So I added some extra inches to that before connecting, and then this is what I'm cutting out right now. I believe you understand what I said. And so I've cut out my sleeves, and so now I'll just be taking it over to the sewing machine. And then attaching it to the clothes. And so this is what we have after I had gone ahead to attach it. You can see the color is really not encouraging. This weather really dealt with me that day. So you can see this is how it looks. This is the sleeve. So you all saw how it was on the thumbnail, so that is how it looks. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, kindly give this video a thumbs up, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly leave beautiful and upbuilding comments. Thank you all, and God bless you all. This is Junior Signatures, and I'm signing out. See you all in my next tutorial. Bye.